I noticed a thief entering our neighbor's house while having a party at home. Back in college, I was throwing a 90s-themed costume party at my house. In the middle of the night, I got so hot and overwhelmed in the puffy Spice Girls costume I was wearing that I just had to step outside for some fresh air. Both bathrooms in the house were taken, so I went out into the backyard. When I finally caught my breath and looked up, I noticed my neighbor's bedroom window right across from me was open. This was weird, because my neighbor was at the party, and he lived alone. I got curious, walked over, and when I looked through the window, I saw some guy holding my neighbor's bicycle bag just stuffing every electronic he could find into it. It took me a few seconds to realize what I was seeing. I sprinted back into the house and started yelling, "The house next door is being robbed!" A few friends called the cops, but for the guys, it was already too late. They started acting on those brilliant ideas you get when you're drunk. One guy grabbed a rake, another grabbed a pair of BBQ tongs. Someone else ran from the kitchen with a giant roll of stretch wrap and a roll of duct tape. They all just stormed the house next door. The burglar saw them, panicked, and tried to escape through the same window, but it was too late. The drunk mob tackled him on the lawn. The guy was just lying on the ground, terrified out of his mind. That's when my friend with the stretch wrap said, "We gotta restrain this guy," and just started wrapping him. I have no idea why the guy let it happen. Maybe he was in shock. They started wrapping him up like a sushi roll. Within minutes, his entire body was covered in stretch wrap, except for his head. He looked like a kitchen mummy. The guy was just mumbling, "Just let me go. I'll never do it again." The cops were still nowhere in sight, and our group was debating what to do with this mummy. Someone yelled, "Let's decorate him." Just then, someone else brought over the neighbor's pink flamingo lawn ornament and a few garden gnomes. They tied him to a tree with a garden hose, arranged the gnomes around him, and stuck the flamingo ornament in his hands. It took the police an unbelievably long time to show up, so we just turned up the music and kept partying around this ridiculous modern art installation. Someone even tried to offer the guy a beer, but he couldn't drink it through the stretch wrap. When the cops finally arrived 15 minutes later, they tried to stay serious about the situation, but we could see them biting their lips, trying not to laugh. Turns out they'd been looking for this guy for a while, but they definitely weren't expecting to find him tied to a tree, wrapped in plastic and surrounded by garden gnomes. They weren't mad at us since we were all over 18 and hadn't physically hurt him, but the best part was when they tried to unwrap him. The stretch wrap was so stuck together they couldn't get it all off. They loaded him into the cop car, still half mummified with pieces of plastic wrap dangling off him, and drove away, finally letting themselves laugh.